Is everyone sounding good? Let's do a test.
Test.
Mic
Yes.
check,
Check, 1,
1,
2.
2.
Checking.
Let's see. Okay, everyone shut up. Welcome back, everyone, to the OTC After Hours podcast.
Yes.
We have a new person.
Oh,
Yes.
a wild brag has appeared.
And we've switched seats. For the tens of you.
I feel so off.
that have been
Austin and I
keeping
broke
track.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a big
It was
fight.
very complicated.
Austin
We
lost
have
the
a
house in the
restraining order.
divorce. I'm calling it now.
I had to separate them, you see.
It was getting a little
Very
tricky.
toxic.
You see,
Austin started talking about sunsets, and I was like, whoa, bud. Whoa.
he's like, I see it.
I have a wife and baby at home. I
And
can't
Brian's
do
just like,
these things anymore.
It's more like Brian was just like, you know it can't be. When it's not right.
Goodbyes are just too hard.
Oh my God.
I imagine the Backstreet Boys are playing in the background.
Show me the meaning of being lonely.
You know, Nathan, you bring a certain energy to the podcast.
It's what I'm good for.
I think we lasted 4 seconds before getting
we went
derailed.
World,
This time.
prepare.
When the day ends, the real conversations begin. Out there, it's all deadlines, decisions, and doing what you have to do. But in here, you get to think. You get to breathe. You get to build. This is OTC After Hours, where entrepreneurs unwind, talk real, and grow together.
Welcome back again, everyone, to the OTC After Hours podcast. Everyone,
Glad to be
introduce
here.
yourselves.
I'm Captain Austin from Marine Rescue Coeur d'Alene. I do marine towing and salvage in Idaho and Montana, Washington, and Oregon.
Brad.
I'm Skipper Brad.
They're nice. Nice to meet you. Are you my co-pilot? You're a co-captain?
Wow.
All aboard.
Call me Gilligan. No, my name is Brad, and I'm just pleased to be here.
Thank you.
Grateful for the opportunity.
We're happy to have you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was going to use the Gilligan joke, but I'm Brian Horan, your local financial professional. I help you get unstuck with your money.
Heck yeah. I'm Nathan Arakelian, and I'm the local tobacco idiot. No.
Endorsed by
That's what I do.
people.
I'm autistic for tobacco. I'm here to help you smoke and drink like a professional.
Quite the business card.
Yes, it is.
You have to
Very
change
flashy.
your bio on the website now.
It's going to be great.
It's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure I have Tobacco Fool on my Instagram.
I'm Travis, your host.
Also a tobacco fool.
And,
I save all the people that are crazy on boats.
Nice. Nice.
and the founder of Off the Clock Networking
Yeah.
Group. Today we are talking about, Brian, why don't you introduce? You helped host
This is a valid point. So we are talking, I think the clever title you created was, if you build it, does it keep going if you walk away? Something along those lines.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's, something in there. Basically having the conversation between referencing the cash flow quadrant from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, that there are 4 legal ways to make money. You can be an employee, you can be self-employed where you own a job, you can be a business owner where you have a system working for you, or you can be an investor. The conversation tonight is going to be based off of the difference between self-employed and business owner, where people, can get that they're misguided on whether or not they're truly a business owner or are they self-employed. Like, what are they doing? I've got my own business, but you're the one cleaning the houses. That can get people off. I've got a photography business, but I'm the one doing all the photo shoots. There's a difference between that and what do you want? What steps do you have to take to get to what you want and be unapologetic on whatever it is that you do want, because that's going to give you a lot of freedom as you're building the book of business or the business with systems that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Step 1 is to just be better, though. That is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be better.
Don't be late.
Be better.
Be
Don't
better
late.
with what you want.
Yeah.
And you're right. He does read books.
He does.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
They're
Many
audiobooks,
leather-bound
so they don't
books.
count.
They do smell of rich mahogany. And I have a dog named Baxter.
Oh, perfect.
I'm just kidding. No, his name's Scooter.
Oh.
Even more perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Travis is like, I'm layering Anchorman over this right now. Baxter, what are you trying to say? You ate a brick of cheese? Not even bad. It's amazing. You know how to speak Spanish? Sorry. Thanks, Nathan.
I didn't
Welcome
even.
back, buddy.
I was like, I didn't even do that. He just did that entirely on his own.
It's your energy. It's your energy.
You just bring a certain vibe to the podcast.
I'm secretly an eldritch being that's driving you all mad.
Yes.
So
So if you want to hear anything worthwhile, skip ahead to the timestamp.
dude,
Play Jeopardy now.
yes.
Brad, this was the second off the clock meeting that you had made it to.
Yes.
What did you think of the conversation? Any takeaways?
So I had brought several people to the meeting for the first time. It's my second, but it was their first. And I brought them because they're new to starting their adventure of not only capitalism, but entrepreneurism, and getting them to expand their mind to the possibilities and the struggles that occur when you take that leap of faith from getting a paycheck every week to then getting repaid for the energy that you put into your work. Because as we go through life, and we've all had I call it a job, and we are paid from an employer a portion of what we gave out, and it's usually just a small portion of it. Whereas I try to encourage entrepreneurs to realize that their potential is limited to their thought, and when they can knock down that barrier, that they can expand that to what they really want to achieve in life. And that topic, I think, is so important to realize when you first start to set up your business, of what you're going to do and how you want it to be. Like you were saying, if you are cleaning houses and you're the person cleaning the house, who owns who?
Yep.
Right? And so if you have to be there and it's not making any money and you want to go on vacation, you're not earning. And so how to be able to set up so that you're perpetually gaining that wealth and smoothing out those small those waves of what we've all experienced in that cash flow, because that's so important.
Right.
And for one of them was my daughter, and so it was enlightening to talk to her afterwards about how do you see yourself in your business in 10 years? Do you have a shop of yourself? Do you have employees of yourself for yourself that are working to keep you going so that you can take a vacation, so that you can have that holiday off, so that you can do the things in life that you're thinking you're wanting to do while you're doing it?
Because your daughter's she's in tattoo, right?
Yes.
So that example, tattoo parlor, hairstylist, whatever it happens to be.
Yep.
That's a very common place where things can get misconstrued, and she's kind of early in her career, right?
Yes.
So
She's been doing it for a year, and
this is the perfect time. So she's working in someone's shop.
Yep.
That business owner now has tattoo artists working for them. If he steps away, tattoos are still happening. He's getting a cut of that booth rent or whatever.
yeah.
But now it gives your daughter to go like, oh, if I have the shop and I have people renting booths from me, and I'm either getting a flat rent or I'm getting a percentage of whatever they bring in, now I can take that vacation.
Now I can, right.
But some people go, I have my own tattoo business,
Right.
but I can only do so many tattoos a week.
Right.
If a session's 6 hours long, it can only do so many in a day.
Right.
So I think that's a nice, the perfect plan for her to kind of. So how did that conversation go with her?
It went somewhat well. I mean, she's young. She just turned 21.
Okay.
So sometimes these are topics that it takes a little bit to
Planting the seed.
Yep.
exactly.
Well, at least she's engaging with it. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she's taking it more seriously than freedom. Jingle the keys, yay!
Right. Right.
Yeah.
but also cold hard reality in the face.
Well, and she had called me last week, and she says, "Dad, I want to take a vacation," and I'm like, "Okay, so take one." She goes, "But I want to go to Thailand." Have you saved up? Well, I have some of it. Okay.
So
do you have bills? And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "So how do you pay your bills and try to get the money that you don't have to pay for this trip to Thailand?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Sounds like a dilemma."
Probably figure this out.
And I said, "Okay, so let's. I mean, there's some math." I said, "You can take a loan."
Is the vacation that important?
But is that where you want to be right now? And she's like, "No." She goes, "You're right." Because she had a friend that was going to Thailand. And I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to tag along." Right?
totally.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh,
It makes it basically free. You're gonna pay for the,
Can I get in your luggage?
yeah, I mean,
So it was the perfect example, and so we brought that topic up with the discussion.
Sweet.
Of her going on a vacation and going, how does your business run then at that point?
Right.
And so it was kind of like it's sunk.
Oh.
Right? That's
Got it.
So it was good. We had the discussion. We and then we talked about it afterwards, and then it was the practical aspect of it that came in that really set with her. And
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I just to jump off from what you were saying, that reminds me a lot of like when Nathan first got the Racketeer.
Yeah.
Because you know how to make the drinks. You are the tobacconist. You were like the main guy
Doing the things.
For the last couple years.
for a
there.
couple years. And then Nathan, like early on, was just like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm just going to keep working. I'm not going to have to pay anybody. I'm just going to make all the money
Yeah.
and run the business."
And I was like, and I'll get tips, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's
and
gonna be
I'll save
awesome.
money.
Getting a raise.
and I think that mindset lasted about a week.
Yeah, it
And
very
you're
quickly
like,
went like, oh,
Wait a minute.
That was
Hold on.
way off.
Yeah.
When the old boss closed the door, he wasn't just hanging out in there. He was doing some stuff.
I did understand that there was more than just like
Open the doors.
open the doors, right? I understood that, but
And lock them at night.
Yeah.
my understanding was not quite to the full reality of like, oh no, I do need like a full team, which is actually, spoiler, what we're going to be talking about next week is like the team and the people that you work around to make your business happen.
It really goes hand in
Where is
hand.
that taking place at?
At the Racketeer Lounge, believe it or not.
Yeah.
605 East 8th Avenue, Unit B in Post Falls, Idaho. Hope to see you there. Yeah.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Be there, be square.
Thursday, March 5th.
Yes.
Oh, he's got the date ready and everything.
What a guy.
I was doing it in my head. I want to make sure I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
5 on the 5th.
605 East 8th. Oh, there's too many numbers.
Too many numbers, said the financial guy.
That's the calculator.
Yeah, he's like, I've got an iPhone. It's got Grok. I don't even need to be here half the time.
Fantastic. But Nathan, elaborate a little bit.
Yeah. So kind of that moment where I realized, the previous owner wasn't just like hanging out all the time and doing whatever, was an adjustment period. Because part of it was that there was updating that needed to be done to our systems and like how we run the business. That has saved me a ton of time, but also just that even with these improvements, that I can't just be like the bartender 24/7, 6 days a week, and then have one day to try and like scramble and make everything else happen. It just doesn't actually work that way, which was actually interesting because when I heard this topic, I was like, oh wow, that's like really unique, because I think we're all kind of in that situation to an extent. We all are trying to figure out how we can go from just like basically being our own employer to actually having a business, having that system where if we want to step away for a week, a day, whatever that is,
And still be profitable.
Yeah. Like I've been very lucky because I did buy an existing business that in August of last year, I was able to step away for 5 days, and I still did some work while I was on that vacation, but it was like 2 hours a day, and I was able to just actually have money still come in, and I could step away, and I actually got to enjoy myself with this vacation. And I think that anyone can find the systems to do it, but breaking out from that self-employed situation can be really hard. Both like in the logistics of like, well, now I've got to find someone to do exactly what I was doing. I've got to make sure that they're trained up to the standards, that they follow SOP. But also I think like part of it is comfortability.
Yeah.
Like I've watched other people I know who are business owners where like they're so addicted to just like doing it, being the person, that letting go of that is really hard. Like I'm even having to kind of deal with that with my head tobacconist, where it's like I've been the tobacco guy for the last 5 years. This is what I love to do. This is what I really enjoy getting to do. But I have to make sure this business succeeds and does the absolute best that it can. I've got to make sure that I delegate out so that he can do his job. And I'm actually like selfishly that I'm getting my money's worth by letting him do his job. And he's actually doing things, right? Like it's a really interesting place I've found myself in, like the different situations of moving in and out of that, like just self-employed to business owners. It feels like the line is kind of blurring all the time sometimes.
Yeah, it is a very blurry line.
It is.
Isn't it? Yeah. Austin, so did your father start?
We both started it together. Yeah. I mean, it's nice that we have each other to depend each other on, but there are times where one of us gets busy and, we have to rely on just me or him, we try to take some vacation, but it's still like when I try to, I'm like, still like, well, what if we miss something?
Right.
And because my business is so seasonal. And I do get an occasional job, maybe in the wintertime, but it's not always guaranteed.
Yeah. I was wondering, in the initial start of the company, because a big part of everything that we're saying is a lot of it can be thought about before you even start building. And, you want to avoid analysis paralysis where you just never end up starting. Right. Because you get so overwhelmed because of everything that could happen or should happen or would happen, whatever. But you can structure things in a specific way if you are smart about it. I'm curious, what are the goals of the company?
My dad's actually retiring, so even in the off season, we did have another job, in the off season, and like I'm working at West Marine. Even until the season leads up to it, I probably will still work an occasional day during the summertime, during the week, just to offset some costs. Because with this business, it does have high costs, high insurance costs, high, lots of stuff. I mean, you never know. I mean, you can have a really smoky summer because of the fires, and so you just never know what the season will bring. I mean, like we have a very mild winter, so that's a high possibility. We could get smoked out for a month, 2 weeks. Because back in, I think, 2020, 2021, we got smoked out for like almost a month, I think.
It was 2021. I remember that because it was so smoky outside that because of our air filtration, the air inside of the Racketeer was cleaner than the air outside. Wow. It was insane.
Yeah.
How, as you guys got ready to start building, how long did you guys spend kind of brainstorming what you're building it into? Because your dad's going to be stepping away soon.
Well, he's stepping away from his other job because he doesn't work a day job.
Yeah.
He works at the Navy base in Bayview as a government contractor. I did the same thing up until last year. But then I had to switch and pivot.
Pivot.
So things came up. So I had to change things around. And then we had to work on our boat. We did a huge repower on our boat last season and spent a lot of money on that. I'm glad we did because we had a fair amount of business that needed it. And if we kept continuing running it the way we did with the engine, it was on its last leg. So if we had not spent that money, we would have been in a world of hurt.
Who do you call?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So,
are you training people as you guys grow this system? So eventually, maybe one day, there's enough.
I do have
that you can take a vacation. Or
I do have a team of divers that I can call upon when we get salvage work. But for the captain, like the towing portion, you have to have a licensed captain to do the work with a towing endorsement. So otherwise, you can get in serious trouble with the maritime law, with the Coast Guard, and it's a $10,000 fine per incident.
Whew.
So
That's not great.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of we call them credit card captains that try to skirt around the bullshit and try to get money and but it even charters, like if you take a person out for a tour on the lake or a fishing charter, you have to be a licensed captain.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. The more you know.
Yeah.
Overlay that one too. So when you guys started the business, was there any conversation about what we want this to look like, or was this just, hey, we really have a passion for rescue? And
when my dad does, he'll probably run the business with me for a few more years, and then he'll probably eventually call it quits too, and then at least have me just run it. But I'll probably want someone that I'm gonna have to train up if the right person comes around, because it's to trust somebody with your boat, your pride and joy, and your your customer service experience, and making sure that the customers are happy with your service. It takes a lot to make sure that's the right person doing the job.
I think that actually kind of brings up something I just thought about, is that sometimes industry specific can determine the scalability. Sometimes it could be self-employed, and that's cool, based on you said it's seasonal and all that kind of stuff, the letting go of the boat and all that kind of stuff. But some businesses, some people just want to do it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And they got to be the guy or the gal. So I think that's another thing to think about as people are starting whatever their venture is.
Right.
I think that's got to be a component of maybe that's a question of okay, what is the scalability of this industry?
Yeah.
And, know that going in.
That's kind of like one of the things we're doing at the Racketeer is you're going to love this. We're pivoting. Pivot. Yeah. I'm taking the more red rum approach on that. But but we're moving how we do things to be still focused on small batch and boutique cigars, but we're going to be bringing in a few more brands that are a bit more recognizable. Because the reality is if we only had small batch and boutique, and the larger name, more recognizable names were 10% or less, that this business could not scale, because it would have to be me and Ethan there every single day to be a personalized, liaison, which is fun. I love that part of the job. It's great when I get to do it, but that's not sustainable. If I truly want to be a business owner and not just self-employed, I have to have this concession where we have enough variety where it's still that same kind of ratio of 20-ish% max, 25 really, of big brand to, all these boutique and small batch brands that we know are better, or
Got it.
Not that anything else we'd carry wouldn't be up to snuff, but that are just more recognizable. Right. And there's certain things that are super niche, because if I tried to make it this large company but was only these small brands, it would take me years to find a person who is even willing to learn the knowledge, and then sit through hours of me and Ethan just dumping knowledge on this person and hoping they retain it, or care enough to retain it, because that's what we would have to do. And most people don't have that level of passion.
Got it.
There's very few people. So finding those systems, to your point, where are you in a place that is so niche that you can't expand, is really, it can be very determinant.
So here's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Oh?
What was
The answer is
what was
42.
everybody's first entrepreneurial adventure, or
Technically,
thinking back to the first time that you ever even thought of I want
To do something different.
even as a kid?
so yeah, when I was a kid, I would genuinely, I looked around and I was like, I don't even remember what it was that I wanted. But I was like, I want that thing over there.
Right.
And so I gathered up my old toys, and I had a wagon, and I went door to door to try and sell my toys to the neighborhood kids, so that I could get the money to go and buy the other thing. I don't actually remember if I actually succeeded at doing it. I think I did it, sold 2 things, but I was probably 5 or 6 years old when that was my first entrepreneurial inkling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always find that interesting, and when I see kids doing I love stopping at lemonade stands.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
When you see kids trying to raise something money for something.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I for me, I came from employees, you know, and both my mom and my dad. So it never, like, the idea of a business owner seemed so foreign to me that it kind of had to be brought into my orbit, you know, the way that it did when I got into finance in 2011. I guess you could say the closest thing that I got to it, because I know I could have charged money for it, was I had like a small window where I was going to be a DJ. Like it was like a hobby that I wanted to start pursuing.
What was your DJ name going to be?
I didn't have one yet.
Oh,
No,
guys, guys.
We got to come up with one.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that in a second. But the part of the story
Leave it in the
like,
comments
please,
below.
just to show you, just
I want to know.
no one helped out Isidore.
Will you please come and do a set at the Rack?
No, because here's how bad it was. A friend of mine, as I'm starting to get this idea off the ground, some friend was like, "We're having a Halloween party. You want to DJ for it?" And I'm still trying to figure out everything. I didn't have like the turntables. I had like a digital one, and I'm still learning. I think I've had this machine for like 2 weeks, and they were like, "Do that." So I had like some bootleg speakers and everything like that,
Right.
and I was not doing well at all.
Please tell me
was-
there's pictures and or videos.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. There isn't.
There is not any.
Or you don't want to show them.
I don't have any, which means there's
Somebody
none.
has them somewhere.
I
Someone
mean,
somewhere, and I
maybe.
need to find them.
But anyway, so and it was really bad. And then someone flipped like a breaker got flipped and shut down my whole thing. And I just wasn't having fun, so I just packed up and left. Like in the middle of the party, I was like, I'm out. That's pretty much how it went.
You're like, I was good enough to maybe get paid at this, but it really sucked and I hated it.
I did not
gonna
enjoy
continue.
it, and I think that was more some limiting mindset. But then I was like, I think I should have put more thought into this before I said yes.
Yeah.
So that's where, you know, and then it was like 4 or 5 years later, you know, finance came into my world, and then like my rich dad, poor dad, and other things about business through the books that I read.
Through the books that I read.
I'm just leaning into the
Fancy pants over here who's literate. Okay.
I'm leaning into the Travis bit, but anyway,
You watched Reading Rainbow as a kid. didn't
exactly.
you?
LeVar Burton, me and him are homies.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah.
Do you have a reading smoking jacket?
That shit.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but no, and that's where it just opened my mind to like, oh my gosh, there's a whole different
Pocket
avenue.
full of bookmarks.
Exactly. And forget pocket squares. It's just bookmarks.
Bookmarks.
But no,
Hell yeah.
I think that's the point of sometimes people might have that entrepreneurial spirit in them, but their environment doesn't allow it to come out. And some people can go like, it opens up something.
Yeah.
To where a lot of people are just like, I only know the employee box where I get paid by my position. I don't get paid by the person.
Right.
And they never get a chance to dive into self-employed because most people are like, where's my guaranteed paycheck?
Right.
Well, if you're a hard worker like an employee, you'll get paid as a
You'll get
self-employed person. But most people, you know,
Want the direct with
they don't.
little
It's
risk.
the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the most part of like that transition from employee to self-employed could be a whole nother topic. But this one between self-employed and business owner, I'd hate that self-employed people or business owners think they're self-employed, think they're business owners, or business owners think they're like,
Yeah.
know where you're at so you can make the decisions to keep moving forward and you never end up going backwards.
Yeah, well, at least live and build with intention.
100%.
And have a plan for where you're going to go.
Yeah.
Because if you're just chasing this over here with no plan, you could crash and burn pretty easy. Or, you know, basically crash and burn pretty easy. I think the first instance for me was just like all throughout high school or whatever. I'd be like, oh, we could do that. that just kid enthusiasm. I was like, oh, well, I have a cool logo
You can
that
do
I came
it.
up with. I'm gonna make shirts and we're gonna start a band. I don't play an instrument. I can't sing, but
I'll be the
you know,
manager.
Let's make it happen.
we're gonna yeah. So then
I'm
try
the supervisor.
going to a couple of buddies. Like, oh, this could be awesome, man. It was gonna be so cool. Look at the logo that I made in
We
Microsoft
look legit.
Paint, where it's gonna look so good, and
But
we're
we
gonna
sound like garbage.
What
and
same
it's just
question to
multiple different time.
Same question to you that you had for Brian. What was your band name?
Oh, my band name.
Valid.
I think it was going to be a Christian rock band called Reaching Out.
Reaching out. Okay.
We were.
I actually did.
I like how we all just did the creed. Can you take me higher?
I have a picture on my fridge of me back then, like that. And
Oh my gosh,
set
that's
up the
incredible.
thing. That was going to be the
it's so
album
good.
cover.
Dude.
Just you.
I even
None of
made
the other
I even
bandmates,
made
just you.
hoodies.
It's like the episode of South Park where it's like you got to just like look off to the side and then it's automatically like an album.
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing.
So I mean, but the thing about it that was always interesting to me was it wasn't really about making money or whatever. It was like doing a really cool thing and having a group and growing this following. And then I did it was called Oops Comedy Group. And I even built a website for that. And we went to, it was Christian comedy. One time we were at this church for this event thing, and it was like one of our main gigs in front of adults instead of at like a youth camp. And I remember there was a lady in the front row just.
Wow.
We were really funny though.
Yeah.
We were hilarious. And so it was just always me just kind of chasing these random things that I thought were interesting. And it was always like, oh, we could do that, and then trying it. Honestly, Off the Clock's the first one of those that actually seems to be working out.
So far.
TBD Talks was very successful, sir.
Well, the podcasting
Thank you very
thing.
much.
Yeah, podcasting's fun. It's
is.
not like it's been very successful.
Tens of viewers.
Tens of viewers.
Oh yeah.
We'll get there.
Brad, go back to episode 1.
Blow it
to
up.
get that- to
Oh,
understand
dude,
that
the
reference.
cold open. Oh, the cold open for episode 1.
Oh, the cold open was great.
It's great.
Austin hates poor people.
He does.
I
Confirmed.
do.
Nathan hates poor people. Yeah.
Also confirmed.
I even got an apology from him.
That's true. I did. I apologize because I was like, this is the first time I've met this guy, and I just like, bam, like let him know.
Well, Brian came to your defense though back when you guys were table mates.
Yeah.
He was just
Right.
like, "Oh, okay. Do you have a discount section?
Don't you have like an economy section?
And I was like, yeah, for the pores, duh. Like,
Nathan's operation manager was very upset that I let that be the beginning of the episode, and I kept it all in.
see, I perpetually live out of spite and to make my employees' lives hell, but in the funnest way possible.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
like I'm not verbally abusing them. I'm just doing the dumbest pranks I can just to mess with them.
Never a dull moment.
So,
No.
like
Racketeer Lounge.
imagine if a child was running a business.
Yes, but with like, so I have all of the actual thought that happens over here, right?
course, of
and I
course.
do that in the background when no one actually has to like
Yeah.
look at me, and I don't have to like be this. And then when I'm at the Racketeer, it's like, all right, the show begins. Prepare yourself. Like,
I don't have any children, so I'm going to mess with you guys.
have fun.
Dad jokes.
It was in the fine print of your employee agreement.
Yeah. At the beginning, you signed up for this.
So I grew up just starting random things, and then I started doing wedding videography on a whim, and that evolved into partnering with Josh and starting a marketing company. But it really shifted over time, where now like business stuff I'm obsessed with, like just talking to anybody about anything that they're pursuing, because the benefit of running the marketing agency is we see the pathways really easily. It's like, oh, and my child, like, we could actually do this thing is actually possible now.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. It's like a person wants to do something, and I'm like, oh, if they did that, we could do this, and this.
Yeah.
And within this amount of time, that many people would know their profitability. And like, it just immediately my mind just jumps to where it could go. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's a hunt.
Yeah.
It truly is. And
That's my new obsession. It's just, I like building things, and I like supporting businesses, and Off the Clock is a really cool opportunity for that across the board. So
Faux show.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's like really fun about being a business owner or a self-employed person is like I've always been the kid in school who would like find a way, oddly enough, just to mess with my teachers. I'd find another way to get the right answer
yeah.
just to be like, well, I know you showed me how to do it this way, but I did it this way.
But I did this-
It's still
but
right, so
there's
you can't
more.
get mad at me.
Right.
And then, so I've kind of taken that energy and applied it to business where it's just like, well, the goal is to make money and be have some level of success, where if I want to, you know, the example we've kind of used this podcast is like take a vacation and not have to worry about it making money. What are ways I can expand out and find new things that will make me money under the existing business? So that way I've just diversified and actually done good, not just messed with people and been able to have a better life because of it. And that's actually like one of the greatest things about having this group is having people like bounce these ideas off of. Because for the longest time, it was just like I was working for Paul, the previous owner, and I'd be coming to Travis because we lived close by, and I'd just be like, dude, I don't know why Paul isn't doing this. This is like the dumbest thing ever. This is crazy. And then it turned into, oh, I'm the owner. Travis, what do you think we should do next? Like, what's the next idea that we like, oh, I'm thinking about this. And now it's just evolved again where it's not just like me and Travis and Josh. It's all of us.
Yeah.
Like we all get to like sit down and like shoot the shit and talk business. And it's awesome.
That's the cool collective mastermind, because we were having a conversation with Apollos on Thursday as the group is getting started, and he mentioned that he's doing his videography thing. He said on other episodes, but he's looking at branching himself out again. He's had a business in the past, went through COVID, and now he's kind of wanting to get that going again. And the first conversation he brought up was like, I got to figure out like personal branding. And we were able to, because of the conversation Thursday, we were able to say, hey, think about that. Think that through. Like, what do you want? What are you trying to build? Are you trying to build a personal brand where you are going to provide personalized videography services to where you are the brand? Or can you, as you're launching, think about it, like if you're going with, his initials are AG, if he's going to maybe come up with a business that uses the letters AG, if it makes sense, don't force, square peg in a round hole, but go with something that personal brands now, because he's going to be the one driving it. But at some point he can scale back while the business is scaling forward. And that's a big piece, that we're, because of this group, he was like, man, that's actually a really good idea. So like it got him thinking as he's now personally brainstorming, he's able to continue on with that idea. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a cool conversation too, because it's totally fine to be self-employed.
There's nothing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and then some people, they'll be able to build a really good living for themselves.
Unapologetic.
And then there are some businesses like Marine Search and Rescue where you might not have it in a position where it just keeps going after you, but then you have assets that you sell after, like,
I mean, there's potential, but it's still always going to be limited because of how seasonal it is up here. It's not like we did it on the coast, so that was like almost every day.
Right.
You'd get a call. There's always guaranteed. You have multiple calls, and it's going. The Coast Guard's calling you. You're working with them. But obviously I do want to get to the point where, like, even if my dad's retired and it's just me, I want to get it to where I can do that, because I want a family just like Brian.
Oh.
I'm just, I guess, let's spitball for a second, right? Yeah. I'm thinking about your position, and what if you encouraged somebody that, say, had a boat that would be capable of doing this, right? And you brought them on as a, hey, you're going to come out with me, you're going to help me, you're going to learn this, you're going to get your captain's license, you're going to do this, and then we're going to dispatch for you. And
that might get weird with insurance, because if he's not the one to own the boat, it might get real odd.
Yeah.
But can't you 1099?
No, the insurance that we have is really very there's only one insurance company out there that will actually insure marine towing and salvage companies.
Yeah, because my wife looked it up.
Whoa. Yeah. Freudian slip.
Right? That's weird.
My wife.
Very nice.
Look, she's been in insurance for 30 years, and she was like, I wonder what kind of insurance they have. Yeah. And so she actually was like looking at it, and she goes, yeah, there's not very many companies that will insure that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very monopolized. I'm wondering why there's no other insurance companies that have tried to get in the game. But it's so expensive. Even if you have more boats on your policy, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You could have a utility vessel, like even if it's like a backup, you could have it on there. It's a little bit cheaper. But it's still, you're still paying for something that may or may not be being used.
Okay.
Like on occasion we might have a day where we get multiple calls, and it's handy to have something like that, but it's very rare.
Okay. I was just thinking, it's like, rather than working every single day of the summer, because that's the best time in Coeur d'Alene, right?
Right. Yeah. You want to enjoy the summer and actually relax and enjoy
Right.
the weather. But
Yeah. But that's not in your.
yeah. I mean,
Just start smoking cigars on the boat.
I try to relax a little bit, even while we're waiting for calls. But it's always like, well, whatever I do, I got to be prepared to drop everything. Like you could be having dinner at Cedars, or you could be going to the movie theater, with your girlfriend. I got to go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually in the most opportune times.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But like, that's also, not to diminish what you're saying, it's also one of the joys of being a business owner. Like Travis was there for this conversation. I had a situation that happened on Valentine's Day. I was in Spokane, and I had to drop what I was doing while me and my wife were at dinner and make a phone call. And it happens. I get it. It is more so my point than anything else. It sucks because I know it's not fun.
Yeah. I mean, whatever relationship I'm in, they have to understand. Like, I mean, obviously, we're all business owners. We all have things that come up. But it's very seasonal, but it's also like you got to be ready to go 24/7.
Right. Yeah.
And it's
and that's a big one. I mean, it'll almost come up in every single podcast. Like, if you're going to get married, find a partner
That understands.
Oh, dude.
that understands what they're signing up for.
Right.
Yeah.
Complete honesty.
Well, you said something, Travis, that like there's nothing wrong with being self-employed. I think it's just a matter of like I said on the last podcast, the congruency of where you're trying to go, and like obviously beginning with the end in mind. But like my industry in the finance world, there are a lot of self-employed people, wealth managers, advisors, whatever it happens to be, insurance sales, whatever, that they can make a lot of money for their time. They make more than just being an employee. And they like the fact that they can make a bunch of money while they're on, and when they're off, they're off.
Yeah.
Me, I love what I do. I don't want to do it forever. So luckily I've got that ability I can scale through the company that I represent and the model that we're in. But I shared at the meeting on last Thursday was that I spent the early part of my career doing the actions of a self-employed advisor, thinking I was building a business that someday I would be able to step away from. COVID hit, and that did not come to fruition. Luckily, COVID gave me a chance to kind of reset. I won't say that I pivoted, just to bring it back.
No pivot.
No pivot.
No pivot.
But I was able to like recalibrate and go, what do I want? I love what I do, but I've got to be really good at it to train other people to do so. And that idea has to be walked out on a daily basis. And whatever industry it might be, haircutting, tattoo, there is that very distinct line of, I am a self-employed financial services rep right now, building towards having my own brokerage. So now that I'm clear on what box I'm in and where I'm going, that's the conversation your daughter's got. You started with your daughter. Right. She now has the decision to, if I want to take that random trip to Thailand and just tag along.
Yeah.
If she had a business that she's got 6 seats rented out, 6 booths rented out, chairs, whatever, she can do that because she knows revenue's still coming in. The bills are going to be paid, provided that she saved up to go do that. And I think a lot of people, they don't take the time to realize, like, is this what I want? And can I get what I want from where I'm at?
Yeah.
And sometimes that might cause someone to, pun intended, pivot to go like, I want to be a business owner more than I want to be in this industry. And that can cause a conversation with yourself to go, okay, what do I really want? I would rather have the freedom than doing what I'm doing. That's the opposite of the person that has to be the guy all the time.
Yeah.
You could have found yourself pigeonholed into, I am the tobacconist.
Dude.
No matter what.
I actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually made a clear decision when I first did buy the Racketeer, where I basically just been like, I'm going to try and work from home as much as I can when I bought the place, because I distinctly did not want to do that. The previous owner had done that, where he was like, yeah, when I'm here, sales go up like 15%. And I was like, that's a terrible model. That means that every day you are not here, you're losing 15%.
Yeah.
Which, like, that is a crazy model. I do not want that.
Right.
And even then, it's better if my guys, if Ethan, if Dutch, if Connor are the guys for me, because that means they're going to be, recognized by the people. They're going to have their regulars where they're like, oh, I know that, like, I love Ethan. He's a great guy. I'm going to be there Wednesday nights and Saturday nights because that's when he's there.
They're plug and play.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
It's not the person anymore, right? And it's like, I'm going to the Racketeer because I know I'm going to get this quality service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and even then though, like, we've had multiple bartenders at the Rack before when I was a bartender myself, and not saying that anyone was better or worse, but like, people will always find that they prefer one bartender over another.
Sure.
Not saying that like, oh yeah, that person was worse. Like I had a following
Preference.
for sure. Yeah.
Preference.
I had a number of people where it's like they'd come in at this time of this day every week, and I'd know what they wanted to drink.
You knew they knew you were there.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's the same thing.
Yep.
And so I made the decision to just be like, I'm going to disappear. And I had a lot of people be like, Nathan, we're worried that you're being an absent owner. And I had to explain to them, no, I'm not being an absent owner.
I'm building my team.
I'm building my team. And also, like, I'm still always going to be here for those who are like my friends and to see people and do my best to be around. But like, for the health and safety of this business, I have to not be here for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's finally gotten to a point where people have like realized and accepted that. And it's actually been so nice, because now it's like I just show up and I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? And they're like, oh, Nathan, how are you?
Yeah.
It's not, Nathan, where have you been?
Right.
Why are you being a terrible owner? Because we know how your business works. Like,
Yeah.
Lots of advice to be given from everyone under the sun.
Yes. Everyone has an opinion.
The peanut gallery.
No. The peanut gallery specifically, because this is from another podcast. It's no offense, Sam. Where Sam is sitting, that is the peanut gallery. That has been the designated peanut gallery.
Fair.
We do have one at the Racketeer. I will not say because I want people to stumble in it and find themselves there, and I get to point and laugh from the secrecy of my office.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Brad, when did you first have an inkling of becoming a businessy type person?
Way to really pivot.
Yes.
Good job.
Inkling.
So my first business was, I was 7, and I grew up poor. My mom didn't work. My dad worked all the time. He worked railroad. But
Austin, are you still okay sitting next to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Blink twice if
I
you're
know.
safe.
I was like, oh,
I only saw one blink. Get him.
No, hold on. Let's make this clear.
no.
Brad grew up poor. He is not the poor.
That's why we were.
He's one of my members.
That's
It's okay.
exactly-
I trust him.
I just wanted to clarify.
He's one of the good ones, guys.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
opportunity there. You got to take it. All right. But if I wanted something, I had to earn it, right? And I started out like, I've got a lawnmower, right? I'm going to walk around the neighborhood and mow the lawn. Well, I found that it's like, well, I got to do a lot of work, right? And so in the summer times, there was a mobile home park just down the road from us, right? And full of elderly people, and they'd love me because I'd go over and weed their yard or do stuff, and I got to know them all, right? Well, so then I'm like, okay, I'm going to wash your cars, right? So and it was too much, right? And I'm like, man, I need to get my friends in on this, right? So I made a flyer, and I went down, I had some change and went and made some copies, and then I went around and took them to all the houses. And so they started calling me, and my mom's like, who's calling? Right? Because this wasn't like there was no cell phones. It was like, hey, is Brad there? It's for you. And I'm like, okay. And so I would line them up, and then I charged $5 to wash a car, right? And so I had a wagon, or a wagon.
Yep.
And I put all the stuff in it, and my friends came with me, and I got 4 friends to come and help me. And there was 2 slots to put the cars in. And so I would get 2 people to bring their car over, and I paid each friend $1 to wash the car. And there was 2 friends on each car.
So you charged 5.
I charged 5.
You paid 2.
Paid 2 for each car.
You made 3. So you
I'm
made
making
$6
$6 every time
Cars
we
get
pull in.
washed.
Right.
Wow.
And they're making $1.
And you're 7.
I'm 7.
Well done.
Dude,
Wow.
Yeah.
that is nuts.
And so, because my parents were always like, where do you get all this money?
You're like, drugs.
I work for it.
And then your dad comes over. We're gonna have to start charging you rent.
Rent, yeah.
It's the economy.
Yeah. I saw you really wanted to go and watch that movie. You're paying for both of us.
And sometimes I would.
We need to
actually.
bond, son.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it just, from that point, it was like, you know what? I like doing this. Yeah. I like the creativity and the mindset of I'm going to build something that is mine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then being able to, and my friends were happy as can be. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I made $10." I'm like, yeah, good for you. Awesome.
I washed 10 cars today.
I
Yay.
made 60. Yeah. You know, and
But you had to buy the soap and you had to buy the towels.
There's the expo.
there was some expense to it.
for sure.
But it wasn't.
At the same time, you didn't have to wash the cars.
Right. Yeah.
It's like the book, The E-Myth. Yes, I'm bringing up books again. The farther away that you
Dude, you
are
gotta
from a
stop with the
client.
books.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just trying to like build everybody up because I care.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
But no, it's the E-Myth.
Are you cheating on me?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. God damn.
You were late.
I'm gonna make the next shirt just I read books
Yes. Yes.
But it all
on the back. No, really.
Yeah, really. For real. But the farther you are away from the client, the more money you make. And that concept can baffle people when all they're exposed to is being an employee.
Yeah.
But it takes visionaries to break out of that first box to into self-employed.
Yeah.
Because you were self-employed and you're like, bump this.
Yeah.
And then you quickly went into, you had a system.
Yes.
There were 2 slots to clean. You had guys, and they were like, sweet, I'll take $1 because they were like,
Right.
works for them because then they can go to the grocery store, they go to the corner store and get some candy. Stay away from the Arizona iced teas.
Yo.
Sorry, we'll stop it there. But at the same time,
Sorry, Arizona.
you at 7 out of necessity saw that business ownership was going to be more important or more impactful for your family than because your dad worked for the railroad.
Yeah.
So you saw like what that like, okay, he's working really hard, but we're still struggling.
Still struggling.
So that's where it, sometimes out of necessity, it never came necessity for me until way later. But the necessity of how I grew up cemented it after it was exposed to me in my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's something to be admired about, you can either, this really sucks,
I'm sad.
Yeah.
or actually do something about
Or do
it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Step up.
awesome that at age 7, you're just like, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to make some money. And then
Poverty sucks.
Valid.
Austin, does that statement make you uncomfortable?
It has me triggered. No. Actually, I was when I was younger too. My dad and I were in a predicament, and he was 2008 when the recession hit. There was some really, really tough times because he was a boat mechanic and had his own boat mechanic business, and a lot of people weren't using their boats, and they were breaking down, and so it did affect a lot of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he doesn't like the pores.
I wasn't going to say it
Because everybody-
since you brought it up,
Because everybody-
he's afraid of them because he's gotten up close.
A
Look.
lot of people in 2008.
Have
I can't even make a joke about that. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You've already
I feel
you've
like-
already started now.
Yep.
Whatever.
Now you've got to be the asshole
You
to
gotta
finish
do
this
it.
joke.
I did not want to do that.
Leave Austin
already done it.
alone.
No, it's not even Austin. I'm just saying.
No, just
a
say
lot
it.
of people experienced down times.
Just say it.
Poor.
Just be real. There we are.
Yeah.
A lot of people experience being poor for the very first time.
That's very true.
Then
It's character building.
Does it
100
really, that's
for,
kind of
for
messed
the
up.
right person.
Like,
I'm 100% with you.
why
Yeah.
are you so afraid of poor people yourself? You really struggle to say the word poor.
I think
there.
poor is less situational. Poor is a state of mind.
Is that from a book?
Way to
I would
turn
agree.
that
No,
way.
I think poor is a state of mind. Like if you could have stayed exactly where you were and just dealt with it and said, oh, my glass is half full.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, I know we're saying it in jest, you know, like how that played out in episode 1.
Right.
Totally great. If we want to get down to real, like I deal with people and helping them build them
It's a choice.
up.
Yeah.
100%. And like a lot of my job of what I do is I help people repair their relationship with money because they've come from poor backgrounds. They've come from not having much. And that mindset can limit you moving forward. And it's a matter of you making that choice to, I don't like where I'm at, so I'm going to make a change. Whether it be going from employee to self-employed to business owner to being, I don't like that I grew up poor to where now I want to be men of means, you know, like it's not like you're trying to live lavishly. You're just like, I don't want to be struggling. Like, am I picking up the 2 for $7 raviolis or am I picking up the 3 for 10? Like,
Yeah.
you're looking for deals all the time. You know, deals are good. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, if that's how you have to live,
Top ramen's okay.
I enjoy
in a
a good
while.
cup of noodles.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to rely
with an
on
egg.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into the fancy.
Top ramen with an egg goes hard, dude.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, we're spitballing here, and I dig it. You know? But in real, like we have fun with it. We're having fun with the. Do you not like the pours? And it's
the
fun.
banter. Yeah.
The banter back and forth. But if we get down to the real, like financial issues, are at the heart of that cash flow quadrant. We all have to make money. It's not the end all be all of life, but it's important, like breath, like oxygen.
Yeah.
And how do we determine to make our money? Some people, it's unfortunate, all they know is employee. They look at self-employed or business owners as bad. And that's just a mindset shift that they could make if they wanted to. But they choose to just sit and be the, oh, woe is me, play the victim card. And that's the last thing is don't ever play the victim card around me.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can have your circumstances. My dad died when I was 10.
Yeah.
The number of times people have looked at me and said, man, you turned out way better than it could have. Like, I take that as like is that a diss? But I take it as a compliment because I didn't go like, oh, things were tough. Oh, they sold my mom my dad too little of insurance. The investment guy took the last 15 grand of my dad's, insurance proceeds when my mom tried to invest it with him because he was just renting office space and skipped town with it. I could have taken that as like man, this sucks. I'm never going to break out of this. Yeah. Or realize that I don't know where it's going to come from, but I'm going to work hard. Something's going to present itself.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready to jump onto it.
Yeah.
And that is simply
It's
middle
drive.
class, poor, wealthy. Like it's simply a mindset shift, and we could go.
Well, and
I'm off my soapbox.
I think that watching your parents struggle or being in a position where you do feel that struggle or you recognize it as a kid is one of the leading reasons why people become self-employed or start something.
Yeah.
My family did fine. My mom and dad are like, "What are you doing?" for the last 10 years of my life, because they were not entrepreneurs. They worked consistently. They did all the things they're supposed to do, and they made good money, and we were always fine.
Right.
But I feel like if you want a life without limitations, they didn't have the freedom to call the shots ever.
Right.
They didn't want the responsibility, so they didn't pursue that.
It was a planned result.
Yeah, and they're happy,
Predictable.
they're content, and they've built a great life, and they still help out.
And
with their
nothing wrong with that.
No. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when my daughter was about to be born, when I was still kind of messing around in college here and there and doing, seeing where my life's going to go.
Doing Christian comedy.
When there was an opportunity to
Are we
start,
yelling Hitler at me? I'm Jewish, dude. What the fuck?
I was reaching out.
Oh, yeah. We did one.
that's the one.
That was the one.
Oh, because the other one was a cold open. No, we were reaching out because that's why the hands were open.
That was for my band.
That was a little. I don't know, man.
Here we go.
Well, now I can't make this into a reel. Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
I'm the one who did
Start.
a sig hail at the Jewish.
When you were in college and
my
messing
gosh.
around.
Yeah, I just realized that I could work so many hours a day, and if I wanted to progress further in the medical industry, I'd have to go back and go into nursing or become a doctor or get
More
a
school.
master's, or I'd
Right.
have to do all this stuff just so.
What did you do?
I was a CNA.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would be allowed to make more money, but then it's still structured. And I'm like, so I wanted to be a counselor. I wanted to help people in that way. I wanted to be able to talk to people and have my own practice. But then I have people telling me, oh, well, no, you have to get like a doctorate to have your own practice, and it has to be in that specific type of person that you want to talk to. You have no freedom, even when you do all the things they're telling you to do.
Right.
And then I was like, that's when I realized, I'm like, I want to have my own thing. I don't want someone to tell me I can't make this much money unless I do this thing. I want zero limitations.
Yep.
Right.
And if that zero limitations means I'm going to be sitting there struggling for 10 years to get to the point where the value that I can charge and the efficiency of what we've built justifies the price where I'm making a lot of money.
Right.
Then that's just what's going to happen. And that's where working through the struggle, however long it takes, if you want freedom, is worth it.
Yeah.
And I think knowing exactly what you want had made that decision, like, I'm going to step away from a potentially lucrative career. A lot of people go into medical because of that. But you saw still going to be a glass ceiling. In the last 2 or 3 years, just from connections I've made, I've been offered several 6-figure, like, salaried positions at, like, different banks and credit unions and things like that. And I'm like, you can't afford me. I am unemployable because I know what I want.
Yeah.
And I might be taking a short term. I might be solving a short term issue
Right.
by taking that because it provides security or creates some stability or whatever. But that would deflate the 15 years I've already put in by trying to take this as a band. You know what I mean? Like, but I know, like, the end goal. Like, I know I can make X. It's not about the money. It's about the lifestyle. Like I said, life by design or life by default.
Yeah.
Too many people. I do not want a default life. I don't want life given to me. We get one life.
Yep.
One life only.
How big is the sacrifice to not?
Trade-offs.
The longer you stay in this game to try to create something, the bigger the cost if you stop before you reach your goal. And that's a big deal.
There's another book out there called 3 Feet from Gold.
3 feet from goal.
So look that up. But it's all talking about, like, most people stop any venture right before they break.
Yeah.
Digging for oil. Oh, I stop right before I strike.
That's like 99% of gamblers fail right before they make it big.
I mean, you could draw that connection, but I don't know if we want to talk about gambling.
Yeah.
But I get where you're at.
Yeah.
But you know who the primary gamblers are? Are the poor.
Oof.
Because they think life
just going for it
because
again.
they think life
back here.
is up. It's that big change. It's that big,
I wanna win
lucky
the lottery.
break.
Yeah.
But why do most lottery winners go broke in the next 4 years?
Don't they?
Right.
Because it's the mindset that they're at. They're not putting together the Slight Edge, another great book, that you take simple things. I'm just dropping them now. I'm leaning into the bit.
You're just actually
I'm
just
leaning
like,
into the bit right
making
now.
Here's all the books I
I'm
read.
making it.
Yeah, then I read books.
I read books.
It's just for me.
I imagine you've got like a
Other
Pottery
people can
Barn
buy it,
shelf.
but it's only going to make sense for you.
Fair enough. So, but no, it's you take those simple, repeatable actions over time that they eventually compound. That's what we're doing as business owners, is that we take those steps, and if we step away too soon, we don't get to see that work come to fruition to what it is that we're all pursuing individually.
Yeah. Hey, Jamie, I'm Sam. Can you check the time?
It's 6:56.
All right. We're getting really close to the hard out.
Hard out.
Hard out.
Hard out.
Yeah.
We could just do the plan we had for Austin with you.
I could leave while it's still recording. Tag Sam in for the last 5 minutes.
We only look over here for a second, then it's like, Sam, get over there.
That could be the cold out, is just like automatically Sam sits in my seat.
Yo.
You're just like, oh, he becomes Sam.
He's getting ready.
Or we're
I'll spend weeks of special effects to like have you like
Yes.
transform and
Can we just deep fake Sam's face onto Brian?
it probably could.
AI and create those photos
just
that you've done for
deep
all of us. So.
Yeah, use AI to do a band picture of all of us together.
Oh
you?
yeah, all doing this,
No. My God. Okay, see that's different. The angle is different. That's not what's
and the
done.
hand is open.
No, that's not those. That's too much. That's too hard of an angle. See, like we're not doing that. Why? We're not doing my shoulders. See now it's just
I'll just have to add force lightning.
I love that we're making Travis's life harder by doing this.
I think we're at the point to where we could probably wrap and do our shout outs.
I think probably.
I think we're at the point.
In conclusion, Austin's afraid of poor people. Brian reads books.
Brad washes cars.
Brad washes cars.
And Nathan likes tobacco.
I do like tobacco.
And I've been your host. Thank you for watching.